When we hear the word geometry, we get a picture of different shapes in our mind. Most of these mental images are 2D shapes and sometimes they can also be 3D shapes. Each of these shapes are formed by lines and curves. Let us try to understand these in detail. A point has no length, width, or thickness. All its dimensions are 0. But to see a point on paper, we give it some size. Here we can see 2 points. There are infinitely many points all around each of the 2 points. If we select some points near the 2 given points, then we can see something like this. The selected points are continuous from one point to another. We can call all of these points together as a curve. Alternatively, we can take two pins that represent the 2 points and use a thread which represents the points selected. The thread between the 2 points will represent the curve. If we pull the thread slightly, then it gets straight and we get the shortest length of thread between 2 points. We can now say that the thread is straight and check the same using a straight edge or a long ruler. If we replace the thread by an elastic that can be stretched infinitely and pull the ends continuously, then we get a straight line. A straight line has infinite length. By using a line with the 2 arrow marks at its ends, we can symbolically represent a straight line. To name a straight line, we can select any 2 points on it, say P and Q, and call the line as straight line PQ or line QP. The points are named using capital letters of English. We can also name the straight line using small letters of English alphabets. For example, line L. If we take a portion of the line with one starting point and extend it continuously at the other end, we can call it a ray. A laser light or a torch light can be an example. If we switch it on, the light is starting from the bulb and can travel in a straight line continuously. To name a ray, we use its starting point and another point present on it. Here, M is the starting point and Q is another point on the ray. So, we name it as a ray MQ and the first letter is the origin of the ray. If we take a fixed length of the straight line, we call it a line segment and it has a starting point and an end point. The measure of the shortest distance between these 2 points is called the length of the line segment. To name a line segment, we use its endpoints. Here, A and B. The line segment shown here can be named as AB bar or simply AB. We can also name it as a BA. There is only one way to extend the line segment after its endpoint and it will be along the straight line. If we use a curve, then we can extend the curve or the line segment in any way we want. While extending the curve, if it reaches the starting point, then we call it as a closed curve. Otherwise, it will be called an open curve. If we draw a line from one point to another, we call it as a line segment. We can also connect 2 points using a curve. Many curves can be drawn between 2 points. We can also connect 2 points using many line segments. All line segments, lines, etc. are curves and all curves are not line segments. If we draw a curve such that it ends at its starting point, we call it as a closed curve. A closed curve can be made of line segments, curves, etc. A circle or ellipse is a closed curve with no line segments in it. If a closed curve is made of only line segments, then we call it as a polygon. A closed curve creates an interior region and exterior region. The curve represents the boundary of the two regions. Thank you.